Good morning, ELA 9. Just want to do a quick overview of Monday, October 5th and Tuesday, October 6th. All right, so starting this week off, let's go to the cover page. This week is about reading, getting you guys into independent reading. Here's your vocab for the week. Always make sure you update your vocab list. You have your next journal entry right here, continuing on with that theme about reading. And then overall, our focus is right here so that you will gain a better understanding of how you can be successful in this class. So this is all after all this work with your guys' first paragraph, your first assignment or first grade in the grade book. And so this is a good time for you guys to figure out just where you stand and what it is that you need to do. Specifically, if you need to make any adjustments, we can make those now instead of waiting until later. And then the success criteria is that you can explain why you earned the grade that you received on your paragraph, and that you can correctly create a full CER paragraph. Okay, so what you can do about your grade. The long story short with this is one, always come to the Canvas page. Okay, if you miss time, if you missed something, if you weren't paying attention in class, whatever it is, if you miss information that you need to regain, all right, I definitely want to answer your questions. I want to help out as much as possible, okay? But you got to help me help you out. And part of that is coming to the Canvas page and making sure that you've looked at the things that you needed to do. You've clicked on the things that you needed to click. Because honestly, more times than not, just taking this step, you won't even need me, okay? But there will be times where you're going through this and maybe one of these things don't make sense. Then that's a great time for us to have a conversation, okay? But if you're just simply saying, hey, I missed Monday, what did I miss? Now you're wasting both of our times because for one, it's right here for you to see, at least to get started with. But for two, it just means you didn't take this step, which means I kind of set this up for nothing. So let's make sure we're using this as a resource. But what you can do about your grade is after you check that and you're being proactive about your own grade, then make sure you're having a conversation with me to get clarification and where I can be specific about what it is you have to fix up. Okay, but just make sure you take your steps first. So some other ways that I was able to help out today or for Monday was going over some common errors. These were the four things I saw more than anything. But citing after the quote and the summary for reasoning, those are the two that knocked people's grades down. The citing after the quote is fairly straightforward, and you'll see that on the next slide. But reasoning being a summary, that's something we'll still work on. So if that doesn't quite make sense, um, make sure you're bringing that to my attention. But here's some slides that also give some further information on both evidence and reasoning, just to help clear up some things. So when I'm talking about citing your source, it's about making sure you have this at the end of the sentence anytime that you provide evidence, just so that you make sure you're correctly giving credit to who it belongs to, and part of that is citing correctly. Okay, so this slide should help out, and then this one for reasoning, just giving you some reminders, but also working off of this claim and then the evidence from the previous slide and this reasoning here. This should give you a good shot about what a complete CER will look like for each of those three letters. Okay. And then one more time for this revision, as you guys are finishing up your revisions, this is a perfect checklist to go down. As long as you have these things in there, you most likely have a really solid paragraph. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything important up here. And then checking out your books, there's a link to get to the online library, and then the steps of how to sign up. So you guys will do that. It's all set up on the async section. Um, okay, getting into Tuesday. It was all about setting up the independent reading part. So real simple, actually, everything right here on Canvas. You have your book tracker that you'll make a copy of just to keep track of all the books that you read over the course of the year. Your vocab assignment, you'll go ahead and download that and look through it, see if you have any questions about it, and then you have the rubric right here. Outside of that, if well, actually, this video is going to cut off, so I'll hit you up in a second.